Hallelujah. Check. Come, move, get down the groove. You lead the same way that you normally do. Spun around by the world, beat battered and bruised. Cues taken from the media, groping for clues. Although it's never mentioned, choose your direction. You want to live this life, work from their intersection. Puttering through spaces if you were George Jetson. No matter if you wear the Sean, John, or the Stetson. What's your agenda? Mr. Mindbender? Middle class suburbia pays your bills, remember? Search for some real, get return descendant. Cause the airwaves are filled with radio pretenders. And yo, to boost the ratings, they put it in the blender and talk about gassing, loving and tendering. Just because we can, let's change our gender and rig another manufactured cake defender. America's moved back. It's not hard to prove that infected percent, be it cowards or true cats. Bells ringing in your head, telling you to look back. Time to take a moment out and rediscover old facts. This ain't what life is. Just one crisis after crisis. You substitute truth for compromises. You're selling out short at very prices. Yo, that ain't what life is, but check, you know what grace is. Jesus Christ being murdered in our places. It's the tears that he wiped from our faces. It's the covering he brought when we were naked. Yo, that's what grace is. And like Barabbas, we can walk free cause the Son of God was stretched out and murdered on a tree. And like Barabbas, we can walk free cause the Son of God was stretched out and murdered on a tree. Come, move, get down and groove. Lead the same way that you normally do. Sweaty clubs tight, beats got you up on your feet. Meet, greet with your neighbors, forget about sleep. But all the thighs, breasts, lips, hips, delirious sex eventually begs the question, ain't there more to this? Seeming on the next man, trying to get rich. Whether minding your own business or thinking the mix, you might need a little help while assessing the risk. You have a heart inside your chest, what's the reason it ticks? Searching for the truth in a world of counterfeit. Jesus Christ is true lie, all the rest is a myth. And it ain't gonna matter what kicks you rock, how many hoes you jocked, or what the name of your block was. Ain't gonna matter how you did your hair, what type of clothes you wore, and how you got them to stare. And it ain't gonna matter whether you could dance, or how incredibly low you can sag them pants. But it is gonna matter what you did with Christ, and if you gave him your life, or if you walked on by. Yo, this ain't what life is. Just one crisis after crisis. You substitute truth with compromises. You're selling out short at very prices. Yo, that ain't what life is, but check, you know what grace is. Jesus Christ being murdered in our places. It's the tears that he wiped from our faces. It's the covering he brought when we were naked. Yo, that's what grace is. And like Barabbas, we can walk free cause the Son of God was stretched out and murdered on a tree. And like Barabbas, you can walk free cause the Son of God was stretched out and murdered on a tree. And like Barabbas, I can walk free cause the Son of God was stretched out and murdered on a tree. And like Barabbas, we can walk free. Son of God stretched out, murdered on a tree.